Coming of age is often seen as a celebration, a sweet 16, a graduation, a new chapter. But what if it's also about loss? What if growing up means watching childhood illusions fade, leaving behind only reality? Through the School of Athens, Youth, Little Mermaids, and Araby, we see that coming of age is more than just growing older. It's the painful realization that the world is not as magical, simple, or fair as we once believed. Raphael's The School of Athens is a grand portrayal of knowledge and philosophy, but beneath its celebration of learning lies a deeper truth. Plato, pointing to the sky, represents childhood dreams, the belief in something beyond, something perfect and untouchable. Aristotle, with his hand extended to the earth, represents the moment when reality sets in. This contrast mirrors the transition from childhood to adulthood, the shift from believing in endless possibilities to facing the limits of the real world. This exact shift happens in Araby, where the young narrator starts out believing in a romanticized world, only to have his illusions shattered. He imagines the bazaar as a place of mystery and beauty, tied to his infatuation with Mangan's sister. But when he arrives, it's nothing more than a commercialized, indifferent place. The final scene, standing in darkness, realizing his vanity, echoes Aristotle's logic. Just as Plato's idealism is challenged by realism, the narrator's childhood dreams dissolve into the harsh truth. This feeling of loss is deeply present in Youth by Daughter. The lyrics, "And if you're still breathing, you're the lucky ones," suggest that growing up is not just about moving forward, it's about leaving something behind. The song's mournful tone captures the emotional scars that come with maturity, just like the narrator in Araby who realizes that his dreams were built on illusions. The transition into adulthood is not always triumphant. It often carries regret, nostalgia, and a longing for something irretrievable. In Little Mermaids, the poem asks, "When does a little girl stop being a mermaid?" This line encapsulates the precise moment when innocence fades. Is it when she realizes mermaids aren't real? Or when she understands that life is far more complicated than fairy tales? This moment of awareness mirrors the realization in Araby, the moment when the magic of childhood is replaced by the unavoidable truth of the real world. Like the narrator standing in darkness, the girl in Little Mermaids reaches a point where belief in something beautiful is no longer enough to sustain it. This melancholic, almost emo aesthetic reflects the emotional weight of coming of age. Growing up is often glamorized in mainstream media, birthdays, parties, milestones. But what these works show is the darker side, the disillusionment, the loneliness, the grief of realizing the world is not as kind or as magical as we once thought. The loneliness in Youth, expressed through the line "shadows settle on the place that you left," mirrors the isolation of the narrator in Araby and even the detached figure of Diogenes in the School of Athens, who rejects material illusions and withdraws from the world. Socrates' words, "The only true wisdom is in knowing you know nothing," add another layer to this theme. Coming of age isn't just about knowledge, it's about the burden that comes with it. Understanding the world often means understanding its flaws, its disappointments, and its complexities. This is why the narrator of Araby feels not just sad, but humiliated, because self-awareness is not always empowering. Sometimes, it's painful. Growing up isn't just about gaining independence, it's about learning to let go. Letting go of childhood fantasies, of the idea that the world is fair, of the belief that everything will turn out the way we imagined. It's a journey from idealism to realism, from innocence to understanding. And maybe, in the end, that's the most difficult part of all.